Lord,
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद, प्रणाम। श्री श्री प्रभुपाद।
माता जी धन्यवाद, प्रणाम। जय श्री प्रभुपाद।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद, प्रणाम। और कुछ श्री प्रभुपाद एंड गुरुदेव।
धन्यवाद, प्रणाम माता जी। जय श्री प्रभुपाद गुरुदेव।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद, प्रणाम।
प्रणाम पद्मा माता। जय श्री ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम् श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी नमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamine Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shuddhavadi Paschatya Deshatari. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauravata Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girimya kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarena Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwar. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading from Shrimad Bhagavatam, discussing or summarizing Shrimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, chapter number 20. Last week we finished the pastime of Varahadev and delivering Hiranyaksha and putting Mother Earth back into her orbit because she was pushed by Hiranyaksha into the waters of Garbhodak ocean. So the life on earth became impossible. So to protect the citizens and to maintain Mother Earth. So Brahmaji was like not sure what to do and how to restore Mother Earth back to her orbit. And when Brahmaji prayed, then the Lord appeared from Brahmaji's nostrils, Varahadev, and protected Mother Earth. Wherever Brahmaji find himself incapable or like beyond his uh, reach to handle or maintain a particular situation, that's where Lord comes. So this is further conversation between Maitreya and Vidur. And on the first level, it's a conversation between Saunak Rishi and Sutta Goswami. On the uh, um, along with the series of Naimashwaranya. So Saunak Rishi asked Sutta Goswami after speaking this conversation of Maitreya and Vidura. Then Sutta Goswami stopped speaking. Then Saunak Rishi said, all right, my dear saint, my dear sage, the earth was put back into the orbit. Then um, so there was this conversation earlier which was going on between Brahma and Swayambhuva Manu. And after Manu was created, Brahma asked Swayambhuva Manu to take care of the citizens on earth. That's when Swayambhuva Manu said, you are my father and spiritual master. I will do what you say, but the earth is in dangerous position because earth is lying down in the bottom of the Garbhodak ocean. How do I take care of the citizens on earth and help the living entities on earth? And how do I rule earth when earth itself is in this condition? That's when Brahma became bewildered. And Brahma prayed and Varahadev came. So then Saunak Rishi is asking Sutta Goswami back to then what did Swayambhuva Manu do after the earth was restored uh, to its orbit? How did Swayambhuva Manu teach the living entities the path of liberation? This is one question, and there are many questions few questions. Um, the first question was, what did he do? Swayambhuva Manu do? Um, Naturally, this leads us to the conversation of Swayambhuva Manu's daughter, Devahuti, and appearance of Lord Kapila, teachings of Lord Kapila. So all this will come based on this question that he, Saunak Rishi, is asking to Sutta Goswami. What did Swayambhuva Manu do? How did he teach the path of liberation of the living entities? Then Saunak Rishi says that he glorifies Vidura. Saunak Rishi says that Vidura was a great devotee of Lord Krishna. We also heard Vidura was very dear to Krishna, and Krishna, even while um, um, leaving this material world, Krishna told Maitra Muni that give these teachings to Vidur. So Vidura was a great devotee of Lord Krishna. He was a friend of Lord Krishna. We saw how Lord Krishna um, gave up the invitation to Duryodhana and went to Vidura. And Vidurani fed banana peels to Krishna in gratitude. And Krishna ate the banana peels with love. So there was a very close relationship between Vidura, Vidurani, and Lord Krishna. So he was a great devotee. He was a friend of Lord Krishna. He gave up the company of his elder brother as he was offended to Krishna. Vidura was like his own brother Dhritarashtra was offended to Krishna. So Vidura didn't care about those bodily relationship also. Because he offended Krishna, Vidura gave his own family. And he was son of Ved Vyas himself. That shows his great lineage of Vidura. He accepted the lotus feet of Lord Krishna as his life and soul. Vidura. He was very attached to Krishna's devotees. Vidura was always biased towards Pandavas, towards Kunti, always support Vaishnavas and devotees, very attached to devotees. So these are all signs of greatness of a devotee. Vidura was purified by visiting all the tirthas, all the holy places. So he was like very self accomplished, self realized soul. What did he inquire from Maitreya? If Vidura and Maitreya are speaking, there must be some Harikatha. And this Harikatha is compared to like it is very purifying, just like the sins are destroyed by the Ganges. Like when the asthia touches the Ganges, when anybody take bath in the Ganges, the sins are destroyed, and the previous karmic reactions are destroyed. Likewise, the effect of Harikatha is also the same. Um, the effect of chanting is also the same. Effect of hearing about the Lord is also that, or either the teachings of the Lord or about the Lord is also the same. So we take so many Ganges bath every day by chanting the holy names of Krishna, by either discussing, hearing, or speaking some form in contact with Harikatha. So Vidura was such a great devotee. When he's having conversation with Maitra Muni, there must be some Harikatha. Further continue. Um, so I want to hear Sonak Rishi is the leader of the series of Naimesharanya, and he's representing all the series, and he's telling that we all want to hear about further conversation that happened between Vidur, great Mahatma, and Maitreya Rishi. We cannot be satisfied by hearing Harikatha. The more we hear Harikatha, the more we feel like hearing more of Harikatha. So please go on speaking. Uh, so Sutta Goswami was very pleased. This is common observation among the sages who have developed um, uh, attachment to Krishna, are very very eager to hear about the Lord because of their attachment to the Lord. I always give this example, just like father and mother, they're always eager to hear about their son and daughter, their children. Um, any glories of loved ones, very eager to hear about the glories of their loved ones. And because these sages have developed that love, that attachment for Krishna, they're very, very eager to either glorify, like we see, parents are very eager to glorify their children. Likewise, the saints are very eager to glorify Krishna and very eager to hear the glories of Krishna. So, Sonak Rishi and they are pure devotees of the Lord. So they said, how can we be satisfied? Um, it's just, we just need more and more and more. There must have been some conversation. So what else was discussed there? Then Sudha Goswami start to respond. Sudha Goswami says that he is very grateful for your inquisitiveness, your eager desire to hear. So then he says that Vidura was actually very much delighted when he heard the pastime of Varahadev. Um, and after this pastime, then Vidura inquired from Maitreya. What did Vidura say? Vidura told to Maitreya. Vidura said, "Oh, holy sage, it is so nice that these devotees, how they address other devotees. Although he himself is a great devotee, he is referring to Maitreya as, oh, holy sage. Everything is known to you. Um, please tell me about what did Brahma do? Um, um, how did Brahma took the creation further? Brahma created Prajapatis, um, and then what else? Like Brahma created Manu also. He created Prajapatis like Daksha and Kardama and he also created Narada, four Kumaras, Rudra. So they were created. And then what did Brahma do to further the process of creation? And then how did Prajapati took the creation further? What did Brahma do? Now, Prajapati and Brahma both simultaneously exist because Brahma created Prajapatis. So what did Prajapati do? Like Swambhuva Manu, Marichi, Kardamba and others. How did they help in procreation? And what did Brahma do? And did Prajapatis, they created their children with their wives? Or were they able to create children or progeny independently without their wives, or did they all together co-jointly they all jointly produced all the children? So how what were the activities of these Prajapatis, activities of Brahma, and how the creation went forward? So now the rest of the chapter is about the process of creation. um, so there are two sections. There are two part of creation. There is sarga and there is visarga. This we have discussed in the past. Some of them is summary from what we have already discussed in the past, and some is more details on that. So there is two creation. There is sarga and there is visarga. So sarga is what is created by Lord Vishnu, and visarga is what is created by Brahma. So sarga is also called primary creation, and visarga is secondary creation. Uh, So first Metamuni summarizes the Sarga part, and he says how when the three modes of material nature were in equilibrium. Equilibrium means undisturbed, dormant, the three modes of material nature in equilibrium, and that substance is called Pradhan. And Pradhan was injected with the karma of living entity, that agitated Pradhan, and further by the time factor and the glance of Lord Vishnu. Um, then from Pradhan came Mahatattva, and from Mahatattva came Ahankar, and from Ahankar came um, um, from Mahatattva also came three modes. Three modes also came, and then Ahankar came, and then Ahankar combined with Satagun to create mind. Ahankar created with Rajagun to create intelligence. Ahankar interacted with Tamogun to create ether, and then air, and then fire, and then water, and then earth. Um, and all the elements were created. All these elements were unable to there is no cohesive forces among these elements. They're like separate entities: earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego, Mahatattva, Pradhan, and knowledge acquiring senses, working senses, and all these things are created. They all were created by um, like the part of Sarga, primary creation by Vishnu, but they all did not had power to combine and make something by combining together. So by the Lord glance, they got the cohesive power, and then all these elements combined together, and they produce a very shining egg, and the shining egg is the universe. And this shining egg was lying in the Karnodaka ocean, in a lifeless state for over 1,000 years. And then the Lord decided that the creation should begin. Then the Lord entered into each of these shining egg as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. And from the navel of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, then Brahma appeared. Um, then Brahma, he performed tapa. And then he got an audience of Lord Vishnu. He was empowered by Lord Vishnu. And by the empowerment of the Lord and by the direction of the Lord, then Brahma began to create the universe. Then Brahma began to create the universe. So first thing that Brahma created was from his shadow. Now the various living entities that were born, because this was the first question about Brahma's. How did Brahma create? So rest of the chapter is the Brahma's creation. Um, uh, Interesting. Many details are very interesting in this. Um, so first Brahma created from his shadow. See, Brahma can create from anywhere. Brahma can create. From his mind, we see Narada Muni was created from his heart actually. From his eyebrow, Rudra was created from his mind. Marichi was created, and four Kumaras were created. So from anywhere, Brahma can create anything. So from his shadow, Brahma created five types of ignorance, and they are described as Tamishra, Antatamishra, Tamas, Moha, and Mahamoha. They are like increasing order. Like Tamishra is like we forget our spiritual identity, identifying ourselves um, as the physical body, and then it further goes to one is anger that arises from unfulfilled desires. Mahamoha, moha is like illusion, complete forgetfulness, and like everything is like um, one is just covered, like how Rupa Goswami says, the mind is haunted. So likewise, an illusion is created which has no eternal connection or no real connection, but it just covers the subtle body, that illusion, that is moha. So in this way, various ignorances were created from Brahma's shadow. Um, um, so Brahma, from his shadow, um, mm, Brahma, Brahma was when Brahma created these things, and some of these things, na, actually Lord is using Brahma to create. That is why it's secondary creation. Brahma's, it seems Brahma is creating, but the Lord is creating these things, these ignorances. So when these things were created, uh, I mean, imagine this is like the beginning. No living entity exists, only Brahma exists in Satyalok. This is a very very beginning actually. Um, and the first thing he creates is this five kind of illusion and anger and mahamoha is anger, and all this ignorance, uh, um, and Brahma becomes disgusted by seeing what he has created. So uh, Brahma gave up that. So basically, when Brahma creates something like this ignorance, then all this starts influencing Brahma. So Brahma gave up his body, means gave up that which has covered Brahma. Whatever he creates, he himself is like engulfed by it, and then he sheds that off. So from that shedding of this ignorant body that Brahma created, um, came Rakshasas and Yakshas. Yakshas and Rakshasas were created from that. And this ignorance, the body that Brahma gave up, that mentality, that subtle body that Brahma gave up, and that turned into night and hunger and thirst. So these Yakshas and Rakshasas, they accepted the night and hunger and thirst. Um, there are above earthly planet, there are many subtle beings. There are devatas, yakshas, kimpurushas, sadhyas, gandharvas, apsaras, and so many other living entities are there. So how all of them are created is described here by Maitreya Muni to Vidur, Mahatma Vidur, that how all of them are created. So from Brahma's shadow, just like from his mind, from his eyebrow, various living entities were created. From his nostril came Varahadev. So likewise, from Brahma's shadow came Yakshas and Rakshasas. Um, and whatever were created by Brahmana, they were attracted to that mentality from which Brahma created it. So Brahma, so I mean, this is little difficult. Tell me if you don't understand. So from his shadow came, from his ignorance, from his shadow came this ignorance, which covered Brahma, and from that created Yakshas and Rakshasas. And they were, because they were born in that mode of ignorance, um, and Brahma was covered by that the five kind of ignorance, um, Tamishra, Andatamishra, Moha, Mahamoha. Brahma became covered. So they started to approach Brahma. So Brahma, in order to free himself from such beings like Yakshas and Rakshasas, so Brahma would shed off this body, this mentality that has covered Brahma. And when he shed that off, then that thing takes a form. So here that thing took the form of night, hunger, and thirst. And because the Yakshas and Rakshasas, they were attracted to that Tamishra aspect of that mentality that covered Brahma. They took, when Brahma shed off that, took the form of night, hunger, and thirst. So Yakshas and Rakshasas, they accepted those hunger and thirst and night. So they become more powerful in the night, basically. And they became inflicted by hunger and thirst. So they started running behind Brahma to eat Brahma, because now they were, now from that uh, came hunger and thirst, which Yakshas accepted. So they started feeling hungry now. So they wanted, there is nobody to eat. So they started running behind Brahma to eat. And Brahma says, you rascal, you foolish, you nalayak. Brahma says, ki, I am your father and you are trying to eat me. Get lost from here. But they're like, no, 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 no. We want to eat you now, because hunger and thirst were accepted by Yakshas. So then, um, um, basically then, naturally Brahma pushed them away, and they were satisfied with night. They accepted night and they went away actually. Then Brahma, once Brahma gave up um, this covering of ignorance, and when he shed off that body, then Brahma became effulgent again. Um, Brahma became covered by his shadow, by all this Andhakar, Tamishra, Mahatamishra. He gave that up. Yakshas and Rakshasas, they were happy with night and they accepted it, they went. Then Brahma became effulgent again. Then from his effulgence, Brahma created Devatas. Um, and Devatas were created. Naturally, Devatas were attracted to the effulgence. So Brahma gave up that effulgence, and that effulgence took the form of the day, which were accepted by Devatas. So Devatas are more active during the day. Rakshasas and Yakshas are more active during the night. Mhm. That, yeah. Mm. That's why whenever night comes, na, then Brahmaji prays to even Lord that night is coming, they'll become more powerful, my Lord. It's the daytime right now. Kill them now in Varhade pastime, we see. So from his shadow and ignorance came Yakshas, Rakshasas, who accepted night. Then Brahma became effulgence. Brahma became effulgent. From his effulgence, he created Devatas. Now Devatas were attracted to the effulgence from which they were created. Then Brahma gave up that effulgence that took the form of a day. Then Devatas accepted the day. Um, then Brahma, from his buttock, Brahma created demons. And because they were created from Brahma's buttock, they approached Brahma for sex. Uh, and Brahma, like, from his buttock came these demons, and they are approaching Brahma for sex. And Brahma again, like Nalayak, shameless creatures, get lost from here. I am your father. Will go away from here. First, Brahma laughed. That, hey, what are you doing? Um, you are my own children, and you are coming to me for sex. But they were very shameless, these demons, and they're approaching Brahma for sex. So, seeing their shamelessness, Brahma became very angry. Brahma chastised them, but they don't want to listen. So Brahma ran away out of fear. Then Brahma went and took shelter of the Lord, who uh, always reciprocate to his surrendered devotees. And Brahma said, "My dear Lord, um, by your desire only are these demons created." And it's not that Brahma want to create demons or Brahma want to create. It's just Brahma is noticing from his buttock these are coming, from his effulgence these are coming. So Brahma is an instrument, and the Lord is the creator, Lord is a maintainer, Lord is a destroyer. So Brahma went to when these demons were created, they were approaching Brahma for sex. Then Brahma took shelter of the Lord, and he told the Lord, "Lord, please protect me from these sinful demons who are created by your desire and your order only. Now they're chasing me for sex. And you always help um, the devotees who are distressed or who are afflicted, and you are the only one who is capable of removing their distress and affliction. So I'm approaching you. Please help me. What do I do?" Brahma was running out of fear, and he was running, 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 and these demons are chasing. And they want to have sex with Brahma, and Brahma is like, "My Lord, please help me." First, he tried to become angry, and then the Lord spoke. Um, and the Lord said, "Cast off this impure body of yours." So whatever Brahma creates, that thing covers him. So the Lord said, "Cast off this impure body of yours." So Brahma just gave up that mentality, that subtle body, or what? Yeah. Uh, um, so that thing that Brahma casted off became evening twilight. There is night is created, day is created. Now evening twilight um, is created. So the asuras, they were very passionate, and they were hungry for sex actually. So when they saw the twilight, um, uh, neither night nor dark, when they saw that, they took the twilight as a beautiful woman with nice decorations. There are some stars, so they looked at stars like there's a cloth or the dress of a woman. So in that way, whatever the twilight looks like, these demons, they um, view the twilight as a very beautiful woman. They became very infatuated by seeing the twilight, and their desire for sex further increased. Then these demons, because they're all anyways covered by ignorance, so they are looking at the twilight and they say, "Wow!" They say, "What a beauty, and how this young girl has so much self control. She's not attracted by any. This is just a twilight actually." But they are glorifying because they are infatuated by passion. They're glorifying what a self control this beautiful woman has. Oh, how beautiful she is. How her youth is like just budding. Um, um, we all desire her, but she moves among us as if detached. Um, mm, mm. so um, they treated that twilight, thinking it to be a woman. They treated her with respect, um, 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 with like they were infatuated, and they started talking to her. They said, "Who are you, pretty lady? Whose daughter are you? And why have you come here? Why do you agitate us in this way? Um, mm, what a priceless beauty you have attained. Whoever you may be, we are so fortunate that we have seen you. And when you play with the ball, you have agitated the mind of all of us by seeing your moving bodily beauty." So in this way, like these demons were created from Brahma's buttock, and they started approaching Brahma for sex desire. Brahma cast off uh, that impure body that they were running after. That took the form of a twilight, and they became so infatuated with the twilight that they started glorifying her like a woman, and they accepted the twilight, and they left. So Brahma was again relieved from the situation. So in this way, so Brahma created demons, Brahma created devatas, Brahma created yakshas and rakshasas, and from where all they were created is being described here by Sutta Goswami. Then Brahma is actually very beautiful also. So from Brahma's beauty came Gandharvas and Apsaras. Apsaras are very beautiful women, and Gandharvas are very beautiful men. And Gandharvas are always behind Apsaras basically, or they try to glorify Apsaras, and or they are attracted to Apsaras. One of the example is Narad Muni's previous life was a Gandharva, and he was glorifying Apsaras in the assembly of Brahma and others. So naturally, he was infatuated and he was glorifying Apsaras. But actually, the assembly of sages and Brahma, only Narayan should be glorified. But because he's of his infatuation, that's why he was cursed to take birth as a Shudra Putra, and he came down, and then in the next birth he became Narad Muni. So Brahmaji gave up um, that body, um, um, and which became moonlight, and Gandharvas and Apsaras, they accepted moonlight. So they are very pleased when there is moon. The dark night is Yakshas and Rakshasas. Amavasya or dark night. Day is Devatas, and twilight is demons, or twilight sex desire may increase. You know, everything has a every time has a particular like influence based on which living entities are active. Okay. Um, then um, and then Brahma from his laziness created bhutas and pishachas. Um, and then when Brahma looked at bhutas and pishachas, he saw them that they were standing naked with their hair scattered. So Brahma, when he saw bhutas and pishachas, Brahma closed his eyes. Gee, in this way, Brahma is creating, and all these living entities are getting created. Brahma like, what did I create? These bhutas and pishachas. So Brahma, through that, like whatever Brahma would create, that thing would also influence Brahma. So Brahma would cast off that mentality, or that whatever Brahma is incarnate. See that thing Brahma, the disgust Brahma ji, he threw off that body, and that took the form of yawning. Um, and these bhutas and pisachas, it is said, they um, mm, this is also known as a sleep which causes drooling. Like sometimes we sleep and water comes out or saliva comes out. It's very, very impure. And um, that's when bhutas and pishachas can attack. Uh, okay. Mm. Then Brahma was thinking himself as very powerful. Brahma is very powerful also. Very beautiful, very powerful. All these things are there. And from all these elements, different living entities were created. So Brahma was thinking himself very powerful, and from that he created sadhyas. And Brahma can also become invisible. So from Brahma's invisibility, he created pitris, or the forefathers. So Pitris took the possession of invisible body of Brahma. And then Brahma also has the ability to be hidden from vision. If somebody is like hidden from vision, from that Brahma created Siddhas and Vidyadharas. So the Siddhas, they if somebody is attacking them, then the Siddhas can disappear from there and appear somewhere else. Vidyadharas, they some mystical beings. Um, anyways, then Brahma saw his own reflection in a mirror or something, or water or something. When Brahma saw his own reflection, and Brahma was admiring himself, that how wonderful I look. when he was admiring himself in his own reflection, from that Brahma created Kinnaras and Kimpurushas. And because they were created when Brahma was admiring himself, um, um, these Kinnaras and Kimpurushas, they um, they always sing the glories of Brahma because they were created from Brahma when he was admiring himself. Came Kinnaras and Kimpurushas. Um, and that mentality that Brahma casted off is converted into dawn. So they accepted dawn. So during the dawn time, Kinnaras and Kimpurushas, they praise they praise Brahma during the dawn time. Then Brahma was quite unhappy with all the elements, all the living entities that were created. Actually, very few, no humans were created in a way. There is Rakshasas, Devatas, or like normal humans were not created. So Brahma, and then these Bhutas, Pishachas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, Yakshas, um, and the other living entities, Siddhas, Vidyadharas, Gandharvas, Apsaras, so all these were created. Then not satisfied with what kind of living entities were being created with the pace in which the creation is happening, then Brahma lie down in a sullen mood, like sad, like this, and he was thinking that it's not working, and it's very slow, and what kind of living entities are coming. So when he was in that sullen mood, um, Brahma was lying down. Then at that time, from that body and hairs, when Brahma was lying down in a sullen mood, came the snakes, the serpents, and many hooded nagas. Um, and then Brahma, from that Brahma was thinking, so many living entities are created, and then Brahma created from his mind. Then Brahma created Manu. At this point of time, Manu was created. Um, and Manu had the same form, like as Manu has a human-like form. And Manu looked like Brahma, like two hands, like a human-like form actually. Devatas also look like human, but they are not human beings. They have their own powers. But Manu is like a human being, like Swambhuva Manu became the king, ruler. So Manu is just like that, like a human basically on this planet. So Brahma, Manu was born in the same human form as Brahma. On seeing Manus, all who have been created earlier, the Devatas, Gandharvas, Apsaras, and all of them who were created earlier, they admired Brahma that Brahma has created a perfect creation has taken place after a long time, after all these different living entities. They admired and they pray that we are glad. Um, then Manu started um, um, this sacrificial ritualistic, like the sacrificial oblation. Manu would perform that, and all these devatas and rakshasas and demons, they all were very happy that they will get their share in the sacrificial oblation. um, then after Manu was created, then Brahma with his um, then Brahma, with his tapa, with his yoga, with his samadhi, with his vidya, Brahma is like self-realized. Na? So with his knowledge, with his austerity, with his yoga, with his samadhi and deep concentration, then Brahma created many great sages. And um, these great sages were characterized by deep meditation. Some have deep meditation, some had strong mental concentration, some have supernatural powers, like how Kadama Muni has supernatural powers. very austere, great renunciation, because when Brahma was like, from his shadow, from his buttock, and from his all these kind of not so glorious living entities were created. But from Brahma's tapa, vidya, yoga, samadhi came these great sages, and they were characterized by this renunciation, austerity, supernatural power, and other things. Okay, that's all this chapter contains. There are 50 verses, but it all speaks about, this chapter speaks about how Brahma created all the living entities, how Manu were created, how sages were created, from which part of Brahma they were created, how which part Brahma was created, and how all these different living entities were created, and what were their natural activities, what were they attracted to, and what is their, like, what time they are powerful, or what are the activities. Like, from this we can see the activities of Kinnaras and Kim Purushas is glorifying Brahma himself. Activity of Gandharva and Apsaras is like their beauty, and their singing. Um, then demons are like sex life. Devatas like effulgence, mode of goodness. Um, Yakshas, Rakshasas, they're like dark, and they're always tormented by thirst and hunger. Gives some glimpse of these different living entities. Um, then snakes, serpents, and nagas, they are represented by cruelty. Manu, by performing yagyas, Manu will perform yagyas, and that will please all living entities. So everybody was pleased with Manu. Siddhas can become invisible. Um, Bhutas and Pishachas, they attack when people are sleeping with drooling, or when in impure state. That's when Bhutas and Pishachas can attack. Okay, what do you think? I think very technical chapter. Anybody would like to ask anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Prabhuji, it will be hard to remember these things.
We are covering the entire Bhagavatam, no? So some things we may not remember the details, but we'll have a feeling. Okay, if somebody says Bhutas, Pishachas, yes, so we have a feeling that who are they and how they were created. This also gives an understanding of the creation by Brahma. So when Brahma creates something, then when he sees that, he becomes influenced by the same mentality, um, either with disgust or shame, or like some mentality, and then Brahma would give up that mentality, and that's how from giving up that mentality came the day, the night, the moonlight, the twilight, the yawning, cruelty, and from all these things were created, and they all took those particular elements. Um, Kind of very different from normal creation that we are aware of. But this is Brahma. Brahma was empowered. So Brahma can do all these kind of call these things. But yeah, Prabhu, no need to remember, but just a feeling is good enough. An idea about
And Prabhuji, what was the reason of when Lord has created everything? What was the reason of creating the Bhut, Pachach, and all those things, all these different creatures? What is the reason behind it? Why they were created at the first place? So Brahma got empowered.
I mean, all living entities will take these forms, no? Some of them, it is said, when the living entity commits suicide, then he becomes a bhuta, pishacha, and Some become yakshas, some become gandharvas, some become apsaras. Um, like there are 8.4 million species. Na? So these are all different kind of human-like species, all of them, most of them, um, and based on different state of consciousness.
Only the difference is the consciousness, and that's how they receive their body.
Yeah, they're all unique in their own ways, have some good or some bad or mostly good. Um, and all living entities take these all forms. They are changing. Like the soul is changing bodies. Na? So these are the bodies they take. But how these 8.4 million species, how they appear to be. So some of them, which are like they are all above earthly planet, all of them. Like the top six or the sages stay in Janalok Taplok, but beneath that, Swarg Lok to above earth, all these living entities they stay there. Um, so it gives an idea of who they are and how they are created. And we may have taken some of those forms earlier.
Yeah,
Like
Prabhuji.
we are in human class right now, no? So we can be in animal class also, bird class also, aquatic class also. Likewise, maybe in a Bhutas class or demons class or Pisachas or Kinnaras, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Sadhyas, Siddhas, all these classes. There are different classes of living entities.
But their bodily structure is similar to human form. That's what you're trying to say, Prabhuji. In terms of two hand, two legs like that, or they are four.
I mean, they're all unique. Not
Mm.
much detail is given, actually. Um, yeah. But we see devatas, we see, like um, um, Brahma's forehead himself.
Brahma can have many heads, different to different universe.
And uh, all some living entities they have their very unique. They're unique, but still, although they have all these features, they are still considered higher beings. All of them, Gandharvas are they all higher than us actually.
Gandharva, Prabhuji, those singers, correct? They sing a
Yeah.
lot. Good singer.
And very beautiful, Prabhu. They're very proud of their beauty, Gandharvas, and they are very beautiful men. Apsaras, very beautiful women. So everything is all these things. They're up also. Higher places. It's a material world actually.
And they also has Prabhuji one more question. False ego.
Everyone has false ego.
They
That's
also
why
have false ego.
हाँ प्रभु अरे नहीं तो
Mm.
चले जाते अभी तक कृष्ण लोग गोलोक वृंदावन श्रीगोनाथ तभी
But
तो
le- but my question is, Prabhu, false ego compared to us, same level of false ego, or they have? Uh, well, I know that everyone is even Indra has a false ego. Everyone has a false ego. But I'm trying to understand, like, compared to human, because they are upper planetary system. So
see the modes may be different. False ego is full on.
mm,
Some may be in mode of goodness, some may be, but like full false ego actually. When false ego reduces, one awakens one's real identity as part and parcel of Krishna. So false ego is full identification with that particular body is like full on there.
but
Like
they, Prabhuji, they might not be in the mode of pure goodness will not be there, Prabhu. That's why they are here, correct?
not
And
in
they are also in the entangle in three modes. Depend
yes
on, yeah.
to various degrees. Yes.
And Bhuta Pishas are definitely in the ignorance in the prominent. They cannot
Yeah.
be in the goodness.
It's तभी तो they're approaching Brahma for eating him and all these things.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Right.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, one more Prabhuji.
Ah,
Prabhuji, you said that from Brahma's nostrils, Varahadev is not Jiva Tattva, no, Prabhuji.
yeah, he's Vishnu Tattva.
Vishnu Tattva, Prabhuji. So how he came from Brahma's nostril, Prabhuji?
Well, he manifested himself. Like, for example, Krishna came in his four-handed Vishnu from the heart of Devaki. You know? So if he came from the heart of Devaki, um, and then he took his original Swarup as Lord Krishna, so two-handed boy, and he is called the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. But this is the Lord of the universe. But he manifested in that way.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, and one more doubt, Prabhuji. Who are sadhyas, Prabhuji? Sadhyas means?
We were created from the power of Brahma, physical strength of Brahma, sadhyas. So,
What they do, Prabhuji? Siddhas means they will do tapas, like that. Sadhyas, what they will do?
Siddha won't do tapas. Siddha will have any mystical powers.
Yes, Prabhuji, Siddha. After doing tapas only, they will get Siddha, powers, no, Prabhuji.
No, that is sages. So this Siddha is not like Siddha Purush, जब बोलते हैं ना self-realized soul. No, these Siddhas are they are created from invisibility of Brahma. They're not like sages. These sages are different. These sages are endowed with the mental concentration, self-control, renunciation, tapa, austerity. So those sages will also have mystical powers, like Kadava Muni. He's a sage. He has mystical powers. Um, but these siddhas are more like, yeah, good.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
That's all.
Sadhya, Prabhuji, Sadhya. Siddha and Sadhya same?
No, siddha are like created from invisibility of Brahma. Sadhya is created by the power of Brahma, strength, physical strength of Brahma. So they
Okay.
must, and then it what it says. You all may know this word. I don't know. I didn't research, but they accepted the antardhan. Let me see 1 second. Sadhyas, Vidyadharas. Um, Antardhan, anybody knows Antardhan? Is it the strength? Huh?
Disappearance, Prabhuji. Disappearance, Prabhuji.
Or disappearance is Antardhan?
Disappearing from that place. Yes.
So that's the kind of this is Siddha actually, Siddha. You ask about Sadhya na.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Sadhya, uh, Sadhyas are similar to Pitris and they accept the Shraddha offerings, the Sadhyas, and they are created from the power of Brahma, the physical strength of Brahma. But they are similar to Pitris.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
I mean, some of them is like a black box for us. We are hearing about some beings uh, which we don't have experience in this human form of life. We're trying to understand somehow. Okay, anything else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam. Thank you
And
for a wonderful class. Just wanted to get some clarification on what my understanding was, that Brahmaji is creating these bodies on the basis of what the Lord is inspiring him to do. The souls will be placed based on their karma and desires in these bodies, and then they are spread all over the universe. Is my understanding
yes,
correct?
ma'am. Yes. So one can become a Gandharva, can become a Apsara, can Devata, Yaksha, demons, Pitri, Sadhya, Siddha, Vidyadhara, Kimpurusha, Kinnara, snakes, serpents, Nagas. We can take any of these forms.
Based on our desires and our karma, and then the evolution of soul will keep on happening based on what we keep doing. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very grateful.
Thank you. And naturally, when Brahma is creating these, so those living entities who have that kind of karma and desire from their previous kalpa or previous time, when Brahma is creating, those souls are taking these particular forms. And their activities are like, okay, as it is shown here, these are their attractions and activities. Okay, anybody else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Sri Prabhupada.
Yes,
Uh, so, Prabhuji, Gandharvas also, they also may fall down because of their karma, right?
yes, like
Like,
Narada. Yes.
and Gajendra's story, like the Gandharva who was the that crocodile, right? The crocodile was earlier
He
Gandharva
was a
who, right?
Gandharva. Yeah,
Yeah.
crocodile was a Gandharva. Cursed to
So,
become.
so these Gandharvas are how they are higher than uh, human being.
Well, they're in higher planetary systems, these Gandharvas. These Gandharvas come many places. Na? Even when Krishna is performing his pastimes, they come and they glorify. We see the Gandharvas, Apsaras are dancing. When Krishna killed Aghasura and Krishna killed, so they come and they dance. So in a way, they're able to see the universal form of the Lord. They are praying. These Gandharvas are praying when Nrsimhadev appeared. They're higher beings actually. They come in many places. All our Bhagavatam, these people are there actually. Kim Purushas are praying, Vidyadharas are praying, Siddhas are praying. When Nrsimhadev appeared, Krishna appeared, Devaki is in the womb. Prayers to Krishna when Krishna was elder. Then also in, I think, 78, 79, somewhere those chapter prayers by Devatas are there. Um, Prayers by Devatas, all these personalities are there when Krishna was in the womb of Devaki. Um, Yakshas we hear they killed unnecessarily Uttam. Then Dhruv Maharaj started killing all the Yakshas. And Yakshas were creating all these illusions. And um, then Brahma came and stopped Dhruv Maharaj to kill. He wanted to just remove the whole Yaksha race. So all these personalities, they come in Bhagavatam now and then.
So I was not able to understand on that part that when Dhruva was trying to kill all the yakshas, and then when Brahma came and told them and told that you should not do like that, and then the whole yaksha will be over. So
Yeah.
why they came on earth? They stay in heaven, right?
But um, that time, na, the exchange between here and up was very frequent. They would come down, people from earth will go up. This is Satyuga story. Na? We see Indra going to heavenly planets, meeting, I mean, our Arjuna going to Indra, meeting him, Bhishma Dev coming down. Then Bhishma Dev went to Ganga. Ganga from heavenly planet got married to Shantanu Maharaj on earth. So there were a lot of exchanges up and down here that time. But in Kali Yuga, it's rare.
Yeah, and last question was Prabhuji, like when all these entities stay in heaven and they can see the Lord directly and they can see the different pastimes of Lord, but still they are not able to perform bhakti over, I mean devotion over there, so that they means it's said that human being, human birth is more important for devotion, and how they are not able to then.
I mean, if you see human birth can do, but how many humans are able to do devotional service? Very small percentage, right? So they also uh, see Indra. He sees Vishnu. He has pastime with Krishna. He begged forgiveness from Krishna. But then when Krishna went to take Parijata tree, he fought with Krishna actually. So they are basically, they are mixed devotees. They are influenced by the demons. They also know Vishnu is the source of everything, but because of ignorance, they want to kill Vishnu. The demoniac class, like Hiranyakashipu and all of them were like born in demoniac family, and Prahlad Maharaj was born in the demoniac family, and, and all of them were very demoniac people. Prahlad Maharaj was like Krishna says, among demons I am Prahlad. Among demons I am Prahlad. So he was the odd man out. Then Bali Maharaj was another odd man out. Um, even Devatas, they know Vishnu, they worship Vishnu, but pure devotion is not there. And some of them are just distracted, like Gandharvas and others are mainly distracted. Um,
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Okay, anything else? We discussed about 18 kinds of living entities. I mean, 18 types. Okay. Thank you all very much for joining. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटि वैष्णववृन्द. Thank you all for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Dhanavad Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam.
So, Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare.
Prabhuji. Dandat Pranam.
Thank you, Mata. Hare Krishna.